The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the raw and uncensored Ambitchious Podcast. I'm your host, the original HBIC, Katie Boyd. During our time here together, I will be instilling all of the strength, power, and determination you will need to use the very stones thrown at you to build your ultimate empire. We will redefine the word bitch from the derogatory to the acronym being in total control of herself. So let's adjust our crowns and prepare to live life ambitiously.
Oh yeah, here I am, the original HBIC, Katie motherfucking Boyd. And over here is my fighting partner. The guy that I just mopped the fucking floor with his ass. Matt Babine.
Thank God I can defend myself. Thank you for having me on this one. I thought I was going to call in sick to this one.
I wish that you would.
I'm not feeling well. You better take it on your own.
Matt, so seriously, today is all about Matt and I don't even know if that's proper English, but I don't give a fuck because this is my podcast. I can say whatever I want.
This is not funner.
This is so much funner. It's all about our top 5 most ambitious brawls of all times.
God.
And how we are still married. So it's Team Matt or Team Katie. You guys need to make your damn decision. We all know where you are.
Matt Babine rules.
Ew, Matt Babine drools.
All right.
Do you guys remember that when you were little? Girls rule, boys drool.
Yes.
So before we start the Ambitchious Podcast, I always love to read the iTunes review of the week. And it says, thank you, Katie. And it's by Allie Mullen. And she says, I can't say enough about Katie and this podcast. Ever since I started following her movement and listening to her podcast, I have felt so empowered. She is everything I want to be as a person. And I'm so grateful that someone like her is in this industry because I am so sick and tired of seeing fake and material content every day. Thank you, Katie, for making not only me, but every woman watching you feel like they are worth it. You are truly amazing. That was really freaking nice.
That's really awesome.
Allie Mullen, email me at themisfitclub@gmail.com to redeem your $100 gift certificate to use towards anything KBMFC related. I appreciate it. And for all of you ambitches who have already gone on to iTunes and given the Ambitchious Podcast a 5-star review, I thank you from the bottom of my little black heart. And if you are a lazy bitch and you have not done it, stop what you're doing right now and get over there. What the hell are you waiting for? We need your reviews to keep this movement going. That's all. Fuckers. Anyways, are you excited for today?
Fuckers. I am excited about this. This is actually going to bring up some good...
I can actually hear your asshole puckering from nerves.
Could be.
Because you know this is going to be a roast Matt Babine day.
Well, you know something? I'm always about getting things out and get rid of it.
Getting ready. I'm going to take my hoop earrings out and get my Vaseline out so I can fuck you up. Real ghetto style.
These are old brawls. These are not new brawls.
Oh, like there's never going to be any more in the future. You're just walking on eggshells on a daily basis, Matt. You're just one ass whooping away from you know where. Let's be honest.
Oh,
so before we start, Ambitchious, I always love to get you guys up to speed with all the things that are going on at KBMFC and around KBMFC. So every month we have a sound healing at Katie Boyd's Misfit Club. It's one of the most spiritually awakening things you can ever do for yourself to heal and to go to the next level. So we have them every month around the full moon. So just go on over to kbmfc.com, check out the events page. You can buy your ticket right through the website. And then what else do we have coming down the pike? We have
summer camp coming up.
Summertime with Jill and Kristen.
Absolutely.
It's going to be amazing. Summer camp is July 22nd to the 26th at Katie Boyd's Misfit Club and Dojo Sante, One Win Avenue, Hudson, New Hampshire. So if you are looking to enroll your little ones in summer camp, this is the place to do it.
Absolutely. It's going to be awesome. They're going to do a great job.
Matt's going for pizza day.
Pizza day. I will be there. And
if
you know
say
what?
Anything about face painting, I will crush your dick.
Face painting. I'm going for that
Matt,
day.
Stop with the face painting.
Makeup day.
I wish that someone would fucking paint your face.
Pajama day. There's all these different days.
Are we having pajama day?
Sock day. What?
Oh, there's a face painting day?
There is a face painting day.
Oh, but Matt is going to paint the faces.
That's a great idea.
No, that's not a good idea.
Yes, I am
That's
good.
That's not a good idea.
Oh.
Everyone will just have whiskers. He's like, I'm just going to put some lines on your face.
One whisker for you, one whisker for you. You all look the same.
I'm going to give you a whisker, Billy Goat Gruff.
It's going to be an awesome time for the kids. It is going to be awesome.
So go over to the events page again. Purchase your spot for your little one or little ones, and go get some self-care during the week.
If you do have 2 kids, it's a discount too, so they have a discount for the.
What if you have 17 children?
If you have 17 children,
then you're the Duggars.
Then you have massive discount.
Massive discount. And last but not least, Portugal is coming down the pike.
I can't wait.
It's going to be amazing. Check it out. A whole week of just deep diving, spirituality, yoga, meditation, wine, excursions, swimming with dolphins, and
food.
Just being on vacation with this.
Food.
What more can you want?
That's true. You have a lot of fun.
Thanks, man.
You're going to have a great time.
Speaking of fun, let's talk about the top 5 brawls that you and I have had and how we got out of them. Which one do you want to talk about?
I'll tell you how we got out of them. Bailey.
By the skin of his butt crack.
But I did make it.
Every time. So it was funny because we were talking about what were the literally the worst fights we've ever had.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, there was this time, and he just remembers.
I know because I can just look at all the bruises.
Yeah.
I've been abused.
More than just bruises on the outside.
No, I think this is a really good topic because everyone thinks that everything is always perfect, and they're like, oh, Katie and Matt, they really, really love each other, which is true. But everyone fights, and when I was reading something. Where it was saying, the couples that stay together the longest,
yes,
they actually fight and they'll get their stuff out.
That's true.
Right? And they'll get it out and then it will be on the table. It will be over. It's the quietness and just pounding shit on and piling shit on and piling shit up and never being able to. The silent treatment is horrible.
Not
and
good.
Then it's just like you get to the point where you're just done with your partner opposed to, working it out. And we have some things we definitely worked out.
Absolutely.
And she worked it out on my hide.
Yep. I tap danced on it. Well, it's really funny because I get all of these emails all the time, and people are like, I just wish that I had a relationship with my husband or my boyfriend or my whatever with you and Matt. And I'm like, you don't even know half the shit that we deal with on a daily basis and what we do to each other.
Well, our relationship is on growth too, so we push each other's buttons, right? Do you think so?
Yep.
Yeah. So we push each other's buttons, and we have to be able to work on it, right?
I'm going to push your game over button by the end of this. I can feel that coming.
Game over, nothing.
But it's true. We're not perfect, and I think a lot of people see us on social media we're on date night or doing all these different things. And it's just it's real, but it's not everything. Probably 75% of the time, we want to beat each other's asses.
75%. If it was 75%, that would be eating a shit sandwich every day. No, it's probably about maybe 10%. It's like one of our other podcasts that we did. It's about 10% of the time we look at each other and go, oh, right then.
I think that's your opinion.
Yeah. Do you think so?
Well, you do piss me off
this could
a
be
lot.
This could be the podcast beef.
Yeah, well, I'm getting anger right now just looking at you sitting next to me. And I'm looking at your notes. I'm looking at your notes and I'm like, this bitch. So, all right, here we go. What do you want to bring it up first?
The first one, I would go
Let's go in chronological order.
In order.
Okay, so start at the very beginning.
So the beginning
of Katie, Maria.
At the beginning of Katie and Matt's relationship.
Yes.
Matt was looking for this beautiful woman, and I got introduced to you by a joint friend.
Yep.
And I was going through a divorce at the point in time.
Yes.
Remember?
Yeah. I remember.
Yes.
Clearly.
And it was a rough divorce, and I didn't really want to see anybody, and you were the same. You didn't want to see anybody either. But we did give each other a chance, and we did go on a couple of dates.
No,
and we
I
had
gave
a great
you
time.
a chance. Thanks.
Yeah.
We gave each other a chance.
We gave each other a chance.
Wow, you're really
and
barking up the wrong
tree. I actually let you have a chance with me. And we got together, and you know that's a joke.
Will you just get to the freaking story?
One day I get over to Katie's house, and she lived in this beautiful apartment. And I get over there, and she's like, "You asked me questions, and what kind of questions were you asking me?"
What do you mean?
Well, the day we got in the fight.
Oh, well, I didn't ask you questions. Excuse me. See, this is how we get into fights because you're so fucking twisted.
Yes.
And you're so forgetful. Okay, here's the real story, everybody.
And I was
I'm not
so
going to put powdered
that day.
Sugar on it like some people I know. This is not a donut.
I was very handsome that day and kind.
Oh, you were so handsome. Continue. I kicked your fucking ass out of my house real quick. Your head spun around.
Well, tell them why you did.
Long story short, I'm beating around the bush. I had made dinner, and we were sitting at the dinner table, and Matt and I were maybe dating for a month or so.
Yes.
And so we're eating, and Matt's like, I have something to tell you. And I was like, okay. So of course, I've been through so many fucked up relationships that as soon as you hear that, you're like, oh, here we go. Here we
Little
go.
did I know.
Yeah. So he says to me, he goes, remember how I told you, this is how he started. He goes, remember how I told you that I have my own place and that every day I bring my daughter to school and all these different things? I'm like, yeah. He goes, I actually still live with my soon-to-be ex-wife.
Yes.
And I live in the basement. So when I actually bring my daughter to school, all I have to do is walk up the stairs and get in the car and bring my daughter to school. But
okay, hang on a second. I'm having a PTSD moment, and I just got to let those couple of things go. Okay, let's go back to the story.
Thank you. And then so I was like, so wait a minute. So what you're saying is you still live with your soon-to-be ex-wife? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, you can get on up out of my motherfucking house.
I'm surprised the table did not go off the ground.
I saw myself like Teresa Guidici, like prostitution whore. And when she flipped the table, and remember that in the first episode, first season of New Jersey Housewives.
Now to defend myself, I was like, okay, well, I got to tell her this because we're a month in, and I have to be honest. I don't know if she's going to understand.
We're a month in, and I have to be honest.
Meaning, listen to me. What I'm saying is it probably wouldn't go good if I told you right there at the beginning.
Go well. Let's use the Queen's English, please.
It wouldn't have gone very well if I told you right at the beginning.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, we wouldn't be sitting here today. So I did make the right decision.
But did you not get kicked out of my house?
I did.
And how long did I not speak to you?
A long time. A lot of flowers, a lot of stopping by.
Every day. Every day at Katie Boyd's Misfit Club, Winston's just kept showing up and showing up and showing up and showing up.
And I was showing up too.
Oh my
smiling.
God.
But that was our first fight. Really.
But it wasn't even like a brawl. Like I was just like, I wasn't even invested in him. Like obviously like I am now. I'm fucking married to you. But I was not invested in him. And I was kind of just like, he's just like some other piece of shit. All the assholes that I've ever dated that have lied to me about everything.
Yes.
I'm over it. And then I was like, I kind of miss his dumb bald head. So I let you back in.
Thank God.
But was the best brawl.
Yeah, and I didn't. That was
now
the first
shit gets weird. Moving on.
Yeah.
So I actually, the way that we handled it was, I actually allowed you to come back.
Yeah, absolutely, and I didn't give up. I wasn't
you crawled
give up.
like
I had
Annie Lennox walking on broken glass.
There was a serious thing that happened, and I wanted to make it right, and I knew you were worth the investment.
So men, stop fucking lying. But damn pussy cowards, just step up and just like tell the damn truth. Women will appreciate it so much more than you fibbing for over 4 weeks.
Yes,
you bamboozling bastard. All right, next.
Next one is the Liberty Hotel.
Oh.
I don't think anyone should go.
I think Kelly, I was just talking to you about this yesterday.
I don't think anyone should go to the Liberty Hotel. If you do any
don't say that because we love the owner of the Liberty Hotel, but it's just for us.
Well, it was a prison.
Yeah,
right?
it was an
old
old
jail. It's got a lot of
jail.
energy there that, can bring up some issues, apparently, in me and you.
Yeah, just small issues.
Small issues.
Yep.
But we were out there with some friends, and we had a couple of bottles of champagne and some drinks and everything else.
No, Matt was mixing champagne with vodka. Bad situation. Then all of a sudden I see him at the bar and he has somebody else's fucking hat on. So
whose hat was that?
Some person next to you. You took the hat off his head, you put it on, and then you just kept walking around the bar pretending that you were from Italy.
That's right.
And he was going, hey, my name is Giacomo, I'm from Italia. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, this motherfucker is going to get us all arrested tonight. And he would not stop. So then what happened? We went back to our room.
Yes, went back to our room, and then
I went into the mini bar.
You went into the mini bar, and then we started really drinking. You know what? Our friends came up.
We started really
drinking at that point. And then,
ow!
Oh, sorry,
you're killing me. You almost banged my head off the damn chair. You want to brain me too?
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Jesus.
Slow down.
It's like Mystic River.
And then what happened after that? Oh, our friends came up for a while, and then they were like, oh, well, we'll have a drink with you.
And then I proceeded to wear Matt's underwear on my head for the rest of the night.
I did not know why that happened.
All of a sudden, he turned around, and I had his boxer briefs on my head, and I was pretending I was a nun.
I remember that.
And I was like, bless you, my son, bless you, my son.
I think we were possessed.
I think we were both possessed, but I drank
by spirits.
A whole bottom.
A bottle of spirits.
That's why they call it spirits. So I went into the minibar. And they had I don't know how this happened, but they had a Magnum of Veuve.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, here we are. So I drank the whole entire Magnum of Veuve.
Yes.
Then I fell and I hit my head on the bed.
Yeah.
And then you didn't care.
I didn't know.
So I said, I'm moving out of the room and I'm going to go sleep in the hallway. Now, this is at like a 5-star hotel in Boston.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't even know why you're leaving. Okay, where you going?
So I put my coat on. I had like a coat with like a fur, and I was like really like Imelda Marcos, like really. And I had my bottle of Vouv, the
Where
Magnum.
was I at this time? I was
sleeping.
I was
You're
out.
always sleeping. Every time we fight, he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna pretend I'm sleeping." So I actually slept outside the elevator. So I slept outside the elevator. So every time the elevator opened, I was just sleeping in my coat with the empty bottle of Vouv.
We were like rock stars.
We were so. I was like,
it's like watching the friggin' Doors party.
Can you imagine like walking out of the elevator and just seeing me like, what the fuck is this?
Jim Morrison and whoever his girlfriend was.
I
right?
can party. That's why I tell people I'm
we were
really
crazy
fun.
bastards.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then the next day we had to go over a friend's house for brunch.
Oh God, that
and
was
I
the
just
worst.
blew her toilet up for like 6 hours, just puking and shitting.
But I'll tell you what happened.
I still ate the food. I'm not gonna lie.
You ended up coming back into the room after then we talked about it the next morning. It was like, what the hell happened? We must have drank some kind of friggin' poison or something or whatever.
So the reason we're telling you this story is my advice, and I think you will agree.
Yes.
You need to protect yourself when you go out into the open.
Yes.
So like if you are like super open and you're high vibrational, don't just like walk into a former prison to party your tits off without cloaking yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So we weren't cloaking ourselves back then.
I didn't even know what cloaking was. I was, just
Well,
drinking.
I was cloaked with my fur coat.
I was cloaked
laying outside the friggin' elevator.
With martinis and Vouv.
That same coat has to do with another fight that we had, but we'll talk about that in a second. So our advice to you is sometimes it's not you guys that are actually the jerk-offs fighting with each other. It can just be the energy setting you off to make you a psychopath.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So now what do we do before we go anywhere?
I always say tonight we're going to have a great time. We're not going to let any negativity into our bodies. We're not going to let any negativity into wherever we're going. We go with intention.
Yes.
We set our intentions of how we want the evening to be.
Right.
Because things can go awry real quick.
And not setting the intention of being Amy Winehouse at the Liberty Hotel. And try to make me go to rehab. I should have gone to rehab after that.
I'm checking in after this podcast.
Well,
after I write these things down, I'm like, I think I had a problem.
Oh my God. Note to everyone listening, we are nice people and we're not vagrants. No, I promise. We're really good people. What's the next one, Matt?
The next one is the sushi brawl.
Oh,
the sushi brawl.
Shit. The sushi brawl.
Well, this was, I know when I made the mistake on this. We had just been working.
Wow.
I'll admit to this one.
Okay, great.
And after looking back, I can see what happened. So
what happened, Matt?
Well, we got done with a hard day's work. And
I had a hard day's work. You just sailed through every day of your life like you normally do.
And we were leaving the gym. We were leaving the dojo. And it was a Saturday afternoon. And I'm like, well, let's go home and let's eat something. And you go, no, how about we get sushi? And I was like, why would we get sushi when we have all that food? We just went grocery shopping yesterday. Not good.
You do not tell your hungry wife to get her bitch ass home and cook you food when she just wants to eat right then and there.
I said to you, I didn't say get home that way.
Who's cooking? You can't even boil fucking water, Matt. What do you think? We're gonna go home and like you want like a smorgasbord?
Oh, I was gonna cook that day, but now you ruined it. No,
Blue box mac and cheese.
I wasn't
gonna cook,
and I didn't want to get sushi. And well, anyways, we drove. I go, all right, fine, go to sushi. So we get to sushi.
That's so joyous.
And then we get there, and I go, I can't believe we're going to sushi when we have all that food.
Do I? I did.
She was driving.
I banged a Yui.
Bangs a Yui
on 101A.
No.
Like in front of Whole Foods. You know where I'm talking about? In Nashua, New Hampshire?
Yeah.
And then what happened? Oh, yeah.
Turned around. I was like, it was like, you took that extra step that you shouldn't have. And you're like,
you crossed the line, sir.
This is not going to be a good Saturday.
Yep.
This is not going to be good.
Not going to be a good lifetime.
And she's hungry, hangry, and
no, when
else.
I'm hangry, don't fuck with me. And if I have something in my mind of what I want, I will murder you if you get in the way of that.
So we get home. And we were arguing and fighting, and I'm like, all right, well, whatever. You want the food in the fridge? All of a sudden, all the food starts coming out of the fridge.
You want to talk about mothers.
Food starts going out. So I'm like, F this. I'm out of here. So I go downstairs in
No, but you didn't tell
TV
them what
room.
I actually did.
Well, go ahead. You can tell them that part.
So I said to him, you want to eat the food in the fridge? I'll feed you the fucking food in the fridge. And I emptied everything that I owned out of the fridge onto the floor.
Yes.
So all the food I had cooked, I just dumped it all on the floor. And I was like, eat it like a fucking dog. Get on the floor and eat it.
And I was just like, okay, then I'm going downstairs.
Matt likes to run away. That's like his defense.
The TV's down there and everything else. So I said, all right, I'll be good. I'll go downstairs and let her cool off because she's throwing food around the house. This does not look like good. It's not going to work out well for me. I definitely pushed the wrong button.
Yeah. So you were sitting downstairs and what did I do?
Next thing I hear, I heard a couple glasses break. And I'm like, what the fuck is she up to now? I'm like, I'm not going to pay attention. And I didn't know this, but then after she told me.
So I took all the wine glasses out of my cabinet and I booby trapped him downstairs so he couldn't walk up the stairs. So I just took all the glasses and I threw them into the base of our stairs so like he couldn't get up because he would have to cut all his feet, which I wanted him to do.
Which I did not know that this was even going on. The worst part is you were doing it and I didn't even know what was going on.
No. So
after.
So I fucked up all my glasses, whatever. Then, of course, because this is what I do, I drank a whole bottle of wine and I just went to sleep.
Back to the booze.
But here's the deal. I totally forgot that there is the garage door that goes out to the garage from the basement that he just could have walked up, gone all the way around and came into the house.
It escaped.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't think you were thinking clearly.
So what is the moral of the story, Matt?
The moral of the story is if your wife is hungry, probably go let her eat some sushi.
Yep.
And you know something? I could have, really, what do you call it? It would never escalated. If we had some sushi, probably would have been a great afternoon.
Yep.
But I don't know. I had a hair across my ass that day. I didn't want to eat sushi, whatever it was.
And if you do know Matt, he always has a hair across his ass because his ass is extremely hairy. Dude, it's literally like, place the lotion in the basket and get the hose again. It was very Silence of the Lambs that day in our house.
It was kind of crazy. I thought I survived it. I made it through. And
here we are.
That's all.
So for all of you people that email me and say like we have a relationship that you would only dream of,
yes,
just suck on that for a moment.
That day was a fucking nightmare.
And my poor daughter who cleaned the kitchen was Karina.
Oh yeah, she helped you. She's like, you guys are fucking crazy.
She did. She goes, you guys are sick fucks.
I think she was ready to go to college at that point.
But can I tell you, I made her a very strong woman.
She is an unbelievable woman because of you. Believe me.
She doesn't fuck around.
No, she's tough.
Poor Juan. Her boyfriend, he has no chance. Sorry, Juan. If you were raised by me, you have no chance in life. Just chop off your own dick now and shove it up your ass. Next
one was, I'm going to the Red Roof Inn. And this is a two-parter. So we started fighting in the car.
Yep.
And then you go, this is like I'm 17 years old. I'm getting out of the car.
Drop me off. Let me out.
Also, what am I going to say? Oh, no, don't do that. You're so pleasant. No. I go, I'm getting out of the car. I'm like, okay, all right, pulled over. She gets out of the car. Now 5 minutes goes by, and it's kind of cold. It's wintertime.
I think I should tell the story.
And I'm looking. I'm going to tell my version.
And then I'll tell my version.
And I'm looking, and I'm saying, okay, I go, all right, now I got to go fucking find her. So, because after 5 minutes, my wife, I love her. I don't want her out there, freezing with some bear eating you or something.
I'd be fine. The bear would be afraid of me.
I probably. So I go over. I'm driving, looking for you, and so forth and so on. I couldn't find you. Well, she's behind this rock.
No, I'm sitting on it.
Sitting on the rock, and she's like laughing at me, circling around.
Because he just kept driving around. He kept going, Katie. Katie. And I was just sitting there with my Louis Vuitton carry-all bag on my lap, eating like beef jerky out of my purse, like fucking laughing my tits off because I was like, I'm going to make him pay so dearly. Freaking dearly.
Well, half an hour later, I'm looking, or I don't know how long, and finally she comes out.
I got cold and I said,
she comes out, she shows herself, and then we go home, and she gets in the car.
We fought the whole ride home.
We argued. I go, that's stupid. You get out of the car. What are we, freaking 14, 15, 17 years old?
Yes, we
are.
This
is bullshit. And we get home to the house. Oh, this is before we were even married.
No, we were living at the condo. We didn't have the house
condo. Yes.
So we get home to our condo, and he's like, I'm going to bed. And I was like, oh, no, you're staying up.
This is when Skip was alive.
Yeah, that's how long. I was like, oh, no, you're staying up. So he was like, no, I'm going to bed. So he goes to bed. And I got so fucking angry that he went to bed. And I was like, I'm out of here. I'm going to the Red Roof Inn because I didn't know anywhere to go in New Hampshire. I just remember seeing like a Red Roof Inn.
By it.
And He's like, fine, fucking go to the Red Roof Inn. I don't care. So I put like 50 cans of dog food in my purse. I was like, I don't know where I'm going. I just put dog food in my purse and I got my little dog and I was like, fuck you. I hate you. I'm out of here. And I left. And then I drove around for a little while and I was like, oh, this is boring. I'm not going to go to the Red Roof Inn. I'm too classy for that place. So I went back to the condo and he is like sawing fucking wood. So I was like, oh, you want to sleep while I'm in agony? So he had a mason jar full of water next to the bed. And I was like, oh, this is going to be the fucking 4th of July fireworks. So I took the mason jar, I threw it in the wall, thinking it's going to just explode all over the place. It stuck into the wall. It didn't break. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay, now I have to pull out the big guns. So I took my 50-pound Louis Vuitton purse full of dog food and I just lobbed it on top of his head. I was like, I hope it just fucking crushes him and kills him.
It was not crushing. You did not try to kill me. Let me tell you, it hit my
little
shoulder.
Do you know.
It was it hit my shoulder, and I looked over at you, and then I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And then you could have killed me.
And then I went downstairs and slept on the couch, and then like an hour later, he comes and curls up next to me on the floor next to the couch. I'm sorry, come to bed. And the moral of the story here is, I always fucking win because I'm ambitious.
Yes. You do win, baby.
Right?
Yeah, you won that one.
And last but not least, Kings.
Kings was a crazy night. Kings is a crazy place. You guys know what Kings is?
The bowling alley?
Bowling alley? Don't go there, lick it up.
Nope.
Probably not good.
You notice that all of our fights have to do with alcohol?
That's what I'm thinking. We're going to have to go to some kind of rehab.
Ed Sullivan's like, I'm calling Betty after this.
Betty
Ford. I know. It's
Betty
like celebrity fucking rehab over here. I need Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew, help me out.
I feel like Kanicki.
Yeah.
Remember when Kanicki was on that show? I'm very Kanicki right now.
I think he passed away.
Yes, he did. Rest in peace, Kanicki. Grease lightning. So we go to Kings, and we're already like half in the bag, and we're like, we're going to go fucking bowl.
This was not setting our intentions this night. We should have stayed out of Kings.
Nope. We were just rolled up into Kings. Yeah. I was bowling without even bowling shoes on. I had this like little dress on. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was hammered. So I went bowling and bowling and bowling. And this guy says to me, wow, you're a MILF. And I was like, thank you. Thank you so much. And Matt was like, I'll fucking kill you. Like yelling at the guy.
No, I didn't say I was going to fucking kill him.
Matt, you told him he was trash and all this shit.
You're like,
so I was like, he called me a MILF. It's so nice. I've never been called a MILF before.
Katie, that's
so
not a fucking compliment.
I was like, I thought it was.
Yeah.
So we go outside. And we get in the car and he's like, okay, we sobered up. Well, I didn't sober up. You sobered up. We're driving and I was like, I hate you. So I took my phone and I just threw it out the window. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? What are you doing? We're going to get arrested. So he pulls the car over. I bolt. That's what I love to do when I'm drunk. I just love to run in my coat. I'm
going to need therapy after this one.
So I go and I lay under a tree and I say, leave me here. I'm sleeping under this tree.
Like I'm going to leave her in the
Mind you, this was like 6 months ago, guys. Like this is the recent.
This is recent. It was 6 months ago.
Yep. So he comes and he picks me up and I fucking headbutt him. Right? Yep. Almost knock you out. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? What?
I get headbutted right here.
Yep.
And then I'm like, all right, now you can stay at the tree.
Yep. He's like, I'm leaving you at the tree. I'm like, that's what I want. I just want to sleep here. Just leave me here under the tree.
It's like 9 degrees.
No, literally, it was like negative.
9 degrees.
Mm-hmm. And then what happened? You picked me up, put me in the car. I fell asleep.
Although I found your phone and I told you to say, now you don't have a phone because I hit it.
Yeah, he had my phone the whole time and said he couldn't find it. So I was even more pissed.
I don't know where your phone is. And you're like, I got to find it. I go, all right, finally, I got it. That wasn't good.
Yep.
She goes, you're telling me I had the phone and you didn't have the phone? Mm-hmm. That wasn't good.
Then we drove home and I woke up the next day and I didn't remember anything. The moral of the story is still win.
Betty Ford.
Right?
Betty Ford.
So please, guys.
Blackout.
Literally blackout. So just know that we are more fucked up than a soup sandwich. We are not the perfect couple. We are relationship goals, but for all the wrong reasons.
And we know how to make up.
I hope that we entertained the fucking piss out of you guys today. Thank you for being Crusaders.
Brought up a lot of my issues.
You should go and take a night nap, or I'm going to knock your ass out. Thank you, everybody, for being Crusaders for the Ambitchious movement. And like I always say, see you next Tuesday.
Good job, babe.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.